Hello, it's Grant Brunner from Video Game Town. I'm here to show you some Pragmata. This is a save from, I guess, probably like 5 or so hours into the game. So I want to show you some stuff. We're not gonna do too much spoiler stuff. We're gonna actually kind of, other than like stuff exists, guns exists, like that kind of spoiler. But in terms of like story stuff, we're not going to get into it here. Like, listen, man, there's guns and add-ons and stuff. We're gonna go back to, I'm in the third area of the game, but we're gonna go back to the first area of the game, and good news, the robots all respawn, the enemies respawn. So if you're super susceptible to spoilers, I guess, of this very new game, then I guess you can move on. But we're not going to do major story stuff. So I've played the vast majority of this game on PlayStation, or the vast majority of my time spent with this game has been on PS5 Pro. So this is my first time booting up and playing it on
This will turn the bots against
the
each other.
regular PS5, because that's what's connected to my capture gear. And it looks okay, but it's not as good. I'm in the frame rate mode, which is not really something you have to worry about on the Pro. As the Pro, it's really like this is the main part of the game where you're doing like a hacking mini game. You're doing a hacking mini game while you're shooting, and you know what's available to hack, what's available for your like movement scheme, all that stuff can get upgraded over time. And you're getting these things, which are things you can spend on upgrades. There's like, I don't know, 4 currencies of things you can spend on upgrades. So let's look at the shopping district. So it's a little Metroidvania, a little bit, in the sense that you gain abilities to get to new places, and you can go back to the other places. So far, it's not been like you have to go back to open this up. It's been much more like, here's some collectible stuff, or here's some upgrades. So it's not, I wouldn't say this is a full Metroidvania experience, but I think that it's fair to say that there's some elements of a Metroidvania. The other thing is, I don't think the map's very good. Like, you get a very rough. Let's see here. We'll confuse him. Okay, so now if there was another dude here, he would go after them. So those hacks can do damage, and then once you hack, you can do more damage to them with your gun. So it's still all in this first area. I've already collected these, like, logs and stuff.
Hugh, you said that you were adopted, right?
Yeah. When I was young, I was in an orphanage.
Orphanage?
I guess I was about your age when my parents took me in.
Is that different from a regular family?
I couldn't tell you what regular is, but they loved me all the same. That alone was enough.
So here's the thing, is that like people have been calling it like a dad game, especially comparing it to like the quote-unquote sad dad games, and it's just not sad. It's not like he and some friends came to the moon, which is where we are, and like shit went down and they died. But it's not like he doesn't really have like a tragic backstory. He's a pretty regular dude, Hugh, this protagonist. He just seems like a pretty well-adjusted guy. And so these are nightmare enemies. And you can
Back off!
I also have I now have a pulse carbon rifle as my main gun that auto charges. Like, so I can switch over to like here's a shockwave gun, which is basically, you know, it's a shotgun,
Right on!
and allows you to hit multiple places. But you're limited in the ammo. You have to like constantly be finding ammo. Okay, so now he has these guards up around his face, and we need to get rid of them so that you can hack, and then try not to eat shit.
Oh, crap.
So what I really should be doing, what I can show you this overdrive effect,
Initiate.
which is usually something you want to do when you're in like a boss fight or if you're dealing with like a lot of enemies. And so now I can do this, and this will allow me to
Take this!
do like a finisher. Or it's not necessarily always a finisher. It's usually you get to the finisher. I guess it could theoretically not fully complete the health bar, but it's a very powerful super. So let's see if there's anything that's easily accessible. So it looks like there's some stuff here. Literally, we're just up there, but I don't know if it's accessible because there's still some stuff that I have not unlocked in terms of like abilities. But I can do most. I can do most things. I think there's. Yeah, I think I can get up here. Get up here. Okay, so there's. How do I get that? Oh, I see. I have this ability. So there's a 3D printer on the moon, and that is printing all of this wild shit. Like this is trying to be like New York, baby, and this is all like 3D printed with luminant, which is like Luna, like moon filament. And you see, and then the 3D printer went buck wild, and I now have the ability to like disintegrate at least some of the moon filament. And so there's things like blocked hallways and stuff that I can go in and okay. So these are, let's see, this is probably just going to be, okay, so this is an upgrade component, which is good. This allows you to like upgrade like damage, health, and like hacking ability. Let's see. So that gives us access to go back to our hub. There's something down there. Over here. You can tell that this is not as good as like visually looking as when it's running on the PS5 Pro, but this looks fine. I have like looked at footage of it. I've looked at the Digital Foundry coverage of the Switch 2 version, and they have to make like, you know, her hair, Diana's hair, the little robot girl's hair is substantially worse, and you know, things like that where it's running at 30 frames per second instead of 60, things like that you would expect if you're making a game that is running on more powerful hardware run on less powerful hardware. what are some... Okay, can I get through here without triggering the thing? What are some changes you would make? What are cuts you would make to make it run? And it seems like they made those decisions, and mostly it's fine. Can I get Diana's donuts? Ghouls and ghosts. What's it? Okay, so there's power up somewhere here. Can I get through here? No, I don't want to return to the shelter. I want... Can I... Okay.
I'm sensing some REM data.
Another one?
I can't
REM
wait
data
to see what it is.
is read Earth memories, and those are like... It gives you like virtual experiences. So like one of them is like balloons and a slide, and then you set them up in your hub environment so that Diana can experience it. Okay. I don't think I can get up here. Why did that close? Lockdown? This is a... Oh, it's because there's a fucking dude.
Good job, kid.
Be careful.
Take this!
Get fucked. Oh, there's more guys.
Skittery son of a... It's over.
Resident Devil. Behind here. And then this is like a hacking thing. This is a consumable. So if I use that when I'm hacking, then I think that like it's a debuff.
There.
Oh shit. Let's try using
Just you. We did it.
Okay. So there is
I
something
gotta reach
here.
out to their families when I'm back home.
And can
This family.
yeah, okay, I can reach it
My
from here.
tears. They deserve to know.
Can I?
I couldn't save them.
Am I going to have to?
I gotta tell them they're gone. Nick's kid is still
I,
so young.
okay.
I wasn't there, but
Well, that's
I
good.
don't think it was
I was
your
able to
fault.
get that.
I know.
this is one of the few games that I... Ah, shit. I didn't want to. One of the few games that I have played in recent years that I've been like, I would like to go back and you know, unlock stuff, get stuff that I missed in previous levels. Like I went back and 100% of the first area, which is not something I do very often anymore. And get up here. Okay, so the red max, the globe with the circles around it, that's the unlockable for the hub. So that's ultimately where I'm kind of trying to go. Where am I? Okay. But it is not, you'd have to, I feel like you probably have to bring up a wiki or something to get to figure out exactly how things work. There's something I can't. How do I get in there? Okay, here's some stuff. Spicy barbecue burger. Ugh,
You got something?
fuck.
There's REM data nearby. Let's take it back to the shelter.
Okay, okay. Something. How do I... Ooh. Alright, well, how do I unlock this? Surely there is some... Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to, like, tank past it.
Look out!
Back off!
Okay. A basketball. A durable, bouncy basketball with potential for all kinds of games. Kick it by accident or roll forever. It can be given to Diana in the shelter. Okay. We got...
Wait to get that to the shelter.
I would say that is... I would like to get all of those, if possible. As long as it isn't like a huge pain in the ass. That's something that I would like to do. There's nothing... I'm not seeing like a trigger or something she can hack. Oh, well, there it is.
Got it!
Got him. Tricky. Okay, so this is a cabin coin, which is something that you can spend on a... It's like a bingo board, and that does unlock stuff. And the more you do, like, the more you complete, the more unlocks there are. Okay. Okay. Is there anything here, or is this bringing us back to somewhere we were? And this is a multi-hack, so this should hack multi at both of them.
You're going down.
Honestly, this feels very much like an art installation I would go to. I was recently in Philly, and there was a
Well, if I
place
scooped up some
called
lightning control
the
all
Ministry of
day,
Awe, and it was in a
doesn't matter to me. Always sunny skies when
bank,
I go
and
out.
or an
You
abandoned
can
bank, and
control the weather too?
it looks a lot like that.
Nah, I guess I'm just lucky. Although, I always end up in the wrong place.
It's a project which recreates iconic cityscapes from major cities such as New York, Seoul, Madrid, and Delhi. It's an unprecedented large-scale output test. At the same time, it aims to prove that Luna filament can enable rapid urban development, showcasing its value on Earth and paving a way for its future. Fua Fua return to Earth request to Anke from Eileen. Fail the weekly fitness test on purpose? Question mark. Wow, that never even crossed my mind. If I quote can't handle the conditions here, no way they can make me stay right. Thanks for the tip. I got my test tomorrow, so I'll give this a try. Hope this gets me back to Earth.
At the wrong time.
That doesn't sound lucky to me.
Hey, I'm still standing, aren't I?
How do I get? There's something there. This is not a false wall. So there are some false walls in the game that you have to get right up on, and then you can. Okay. Is there not? There's no way to. Let's see if there's some other ways around. Cosmos. A Xeno type experience. Yeah, well, there's stuff over here. Limb recycle. Yeah. Okay.
Scary son.
Here it goes! Look out!
Got the ass. I was able to get up.
I owe you.
I was able to get the vast majority of them.
It's my turn.
Jump, you!
Okay. Pretty close to something.
What do
Oh,
we
see,
have
there's a
here?
fake wall.
Wow!
Perfect imitations. They finally granted me a level 5 access. At last, I can dig into read Earth memory data that's still in development. Technically, I'm not supposed to peek without an approved research request. I just couldn't wait. I printed out as much as I could. If my boss ever finds out, I'll never hear the end of it. So I've tucked the evidence behind my usual wall. If they do catch me, well, I'll own up and apologize. Curiosity has its price. Turns out REMs don't simply mimic materials, they're perfect imitations. The accuracy of paintings and art pieces is incredible. You can't even tell them apart at a glance. They really are amazing little things still. Even though scanning technology has improved, you still need supplementary data to precisely replicate internal structures. The question is, how is Delphi acquiring this information? Well, I'm sure I'll find out soon enough, Sharon. Okay. Let's see how far. Okay, we're about a half hour, so it's coming. Walk down, so I have to fight a dude. Oh, these fucking assholes.
Blinking the enemy.
So there's this decoy gun that will hit them, and then I can use sticky bomb, and then this makes it so that when I hack, more shit blows up. This is glass. Is that the only way out? Yeah, looks like it. Okay. Get up here. Get an upgrade. So we've got quite a bit of stuff. Let's go back to the hub. I'll show you around the hub a little bit. Oh, this loads also seem very slightly
I
worse.
love it when we can bring stuff. Phew. We rebooted both the regulators.
Give present basketball. More cat coins. So if I have 2 more left, once I do, this will like theme out, so it won't just have like this background. It will be like you have like a little room. So this is one, for example. This is a smaller one, so there's these crayons and boards. There's this globe, and then there's this CRT TV. And once I had all of them, this became like a themed room. That's good. Let's upgrade some stuff. So it looks like we're gonna have enough for 2 upgrades. Let's do this. And we'll upgrade hacking. Okay. And then let's see if we can upgrade anything over here. Okay. We can upgrade some of the guns. Upgrade some of the hacking stuff. Upgrade critical shot and auto hacking, which is good. I think I actually might end up going repair up. So this is when I like spend a repair consumable, it gives me more goop. And then let's spend some of these coins. So this is the first one that I completed. And you can see like each square gives you something, and then when you got a bingo, you got a cartridge holder. You got triple bingo, you got a freeze. When you did blackout, when you got all the squares, you got an outfit for Diana. Same thing here. If you do a bingo, which is this is a larger board. Bingo, you get a unit printer stuff, drone hive, deploy drones or any, I mean that seems useful, and then a new outfit, which is not that different than his other outfits. And then I've done these, and then you can see.
Oh, you have quite the eye organ. Bingo! Well done.
So I've got a bingo there. A hacking node that exploits enemy weaknesses, making the next hack deal critical damage and more easily stagger the target. Passing through the multiple nodes of the same table increase damage. Okay, that's useful. A hacking node that exploits enemy. Okay, yep, that sounds good. And then I got a red gate, which is red gate key, and that allows me to unlock, go back to places and unlock a special like challenge room. And once I do that, it looks like the Terra Dome entrance red zone. If I go and find this particular red zone and I complete it, then that will unlock this branch, this like row of the bingo card. It's not bad. There are training simulations. Let's see. Reach the target. Let's try a target simulation. Screw it. Let's see. I've not done this one. Reach the target area. Okay. So there's additional objectives, but I'm mostly just trying to get to I'm not entirely sure how to. Nope. It's not gonna start me all the way over. No. Okay, I actually don't know how to do that then. Nope. I'm gonna restart this and we can try it one more time. I like over exerted myself. It also doesn't help that it's like makes it more difficult to see where you actually need to be going, because I'm never sure where it's starting from. It's okay. I can try again later. But I see where we're going. But it's those kinds of things. They're challenge rooms. And depending on how good you do, the extra stuff, like, you know, you have different abilities. But it's a good time. Let me show you. There's some extra. So there's some extra, and then this is like a pre-order bonus, and then she has some stuff, and then this is something I unlocked, and this is the pre-order bonus, and I don't think that any of the outfits are particularly great. This is like a model viewer and lets you kind of like, it's a database of different enemies. And then this is like logs that you've unlocked.
I think I put the ball away, but somehow it rolls off. So I pick it up to put it back, but end up playing with it again.
That's just what it wants. Sometimes toys and books just pull your strings like that.
Pull my strings? How?
Beats me. Maybe they don't like being left alone.
I think a lot of the dialogue writing stuff is legitimately really good. I think this is a wonderful game. This is a game, I think it's been said multiple times, but it feels like very much from a game that feels like it's from like the 360 PS3 generation. People kind of compare it to Vanquish, but I don't think it's super much like that. I definitely think that it's like, I think I read somebody, I think it was on Reset Era, say something like wholesome Dead Space, which I think is not that far off. It's a wonderful game with some interesting sci-fi story stuff happening. I've not finished it completely by the time that this was recorded, but let's just say I'm having a pretty good time. I think that's enough to close it out. But I will say, if you would like more talk about Pragmata, good news, I'm going to be talking about on the podcast probably in the next week or so. And you can go to videogame.town and you can see that. You can also go to videogame.town/donate if you want to join our Patreon, and for as little as $5 American a month, you can get a bonus podcast. And then you can use our Ko-Fi if you don't want to subscribe, but you do want to help us out. And of course, you can go to the videogame.town/donate. You can also find our Apple Podcasts or Spotify page, and you can leave a 5-star review, and I would appreciate that so much. But for now, thank you, and bye-bye.